Hello and welcome back everyone. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you how you can turn anything at all into a container garden. So right here, I have a little kitty cart that is not being used. Currently, I have some flowers growing in it. But if it is a case where you want to grow food, all you have to do is to add containers inside of the kitty cart and you plant whatever you want to plant in the containers inside of the kitty cart. You can also use some fencing like this lattice right here on both sides. And you're also going to be putting maybe some cardboard or board, anything at all that can prevent the soil from falling out of the cart once you put these there. And fill it with soil, and then you grow whatever you want to grow in it. And the beauty about this container garden here is that it is going to be mobile. I mean, doesn't it have 4 wheels? So it is definitely mobile. Now right here, I have a stackable planter, and this is indeed a container garden by itself. So all I did, I drove a piece of stake down in the ground, and I put some holes in each one of these coffee creamer bottles, add some rocks and some papers inside, and then I add soil, and then I planted some herbs in them. So the only herbs that is standing right now is this rosemary and the piece of mint. Everything else have dried up. I will be refilling these containers sooner than later. Now right here, I have 3 half of 55-gallon barrels. This is uno, dos, tres right here. And if I say half, that means it was a whole barrel, and I cut it in half, put holes in the bottom, fill it with trash and leaves and other stuff, and then I put soil in it, and now I have this Scotch bonnet pepper in there, and I have another container with this coleus down in there. Now let's head over to the side of the house, and in one of the half a 55-gallon barrel I have a 5-gallon bucket, and in the 5-gallon bucket I am growing some tomatoes. So you can also use a 5-gallon bucket as a container garden because it can hold multiple plants. Right now I have a tomato plant in there, I have a marigold plant, and I have a pepper that's hiding right underneath here. Up next I have these bottles, and these were originally some juice bottles. So you should all know the Hawaiian punch bottle. This one I think was a blue flavor. They come with red, I think yellow too. So all you can do is just to cut out a section on the top. Do not cut this part off because you're going to need it to hang it wherever you want to grow your stuff in, or if you want to put it on the ground, you can also do that if you don't have anywhere to hang it. So you can get a few of them, cut them, hang them on something like this, a post or a fence. You can hang multiple ones on a fence like this, and then you'll have yourself a beautiful hanging container garden. Now this table right here, I got it from the trash, and I just brought these containers back up here because they were being neglected in the new nursery area where I'm planning to establish. So how you can turn this table into a container garden is by using some slabs on top of the table, and then you add multiple containers on top of it, and there you have yourself an exceptional container garden. You can use various type of containers, like these are the ones in here in this container, and I have some smaller ones down in here, and I also have other containers underneath there. Isn't this a marvelous container garden? So now over in here, as we enter, I just love to see these vibrant yellow and blue as I enter the garden. And these are some recycle bins. If you have any busted recycle bin, I mean, if they have a few holes in the side or the back of it, believe me, they are ideal for a container garden. They will last a very, very, very long time. And I am extremely happy that I have them because I can grow multiple things in them. In this one right here, I just have 2 celery and a sage, but I am definitely going to be filling it out with more food. I recently did a video showing you all what I planted in these recycle bins. Now right here, I have this, I think this is a letter holder, something that we put our mail in. And inside of the mail holder, I have some water bottles. And the water bottles by themselves can be used as a container garden. So you can put holes in the bottom. Always remember to put holes in the bottom of your containers. Add your soil, and then you can probably join these containers together with strings or zip ties. You just place them in an area and you have yourself a great container garden. But in this case, I am using them in the letter holder because I am saving these for a little project in the future. At one point I had some Swiss chard growing in them and I took them out. Now back here I have these 6 little containers in this tray right here that I found by the wayside one day. This in itself is a container garden. Reason being, it can hold containers. And these can be a little herb garden that you can have on your windowsill, on your patio, or on your deck, or in any small space at all. And here I have some shoe boxes. You can grow any herb in your little shoe boxes. I had some chamomile in there, but the soil is extremely dry. It has been very, 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 very dry over here. And this is a little piece of Malabar spinach. This right here is a baking tin that I'm not using anymore. If you want to transform this into a little container garden, you can just put some holes in the bottom of it, add your soil, and voila, you have your container garden ready. Now this is an old grill pan that I transformed recently into a container garden. I have the video. It is on my playlist, so you can go and check it out and see how I transformed it into a container garden. I have some garlic growing in there, some beets, and some bok choy. This right here was a little basket that we were keeping my grandson's toys in it. It's not been used anymore, so I just add some soil. And now I have, I think, some paper white lilies. That was supposed to be planted somewhere else and I forgot. Well, I'll leave that for another time. I cannot elaborate on that. I'm highlighting this container right here that you can use to plant stuff in. All right, so moving along. These right here, they were specifically designed to grow things in. So, should I highlight them? Yeah. Yes, I think so, because they're containers. So I got these at a Family Dollar a few years ago, over 3 years ago. I bought one of them like for $3. I don't know how much they cost right now. So you can get a few of these and you can stack them on some blocks, you know, to have an elevation style, and you can create your little container garden. Now right here, I found this trolley by the wayside one day when I was heading out, and it is so superb for this little area right here. I have some mint growing in there, some green onions, some beets, some thyme, and some other containers in the second tier right there. I'm pretty sure you're all familiar with these stackable planters that we can get at the dollar store for $1.25. I almost forget to show you my stackable planter that I use the old tripod stand to make with some juice bottles. I have nothing growing in them at the time, like right now, but I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be adding something in it sooner than later. Here it is. It has 3 legs and this middle section, and I also have a video in the playlist to show when I was making this stackable container garden right there. So this right here is a basket, and I found these 2 I think one day last week. So this is one and here is the other one. I just flipped it over because I was planning on using it for a stand. But if it is a case where you want to use this as a container garden, all you have to do is just to put something in the middle section to prevent whatever soil you're going to put in it to fall out, and then you can just grow whatever you want to grow in it. And I can also add like some pots in it that is not easy to lift up, and this will be easily moved because it have handles on it. Now right here I have some crates that I found by the wayside. And yes, family, you are going to be hearing me say I found this and that by the wayside, because if you have been following me, you must have noticed that I love to salvage and repurpose things. I want to save money, so whatever I see by the wayside that can grow stuff in it, I am going to retrieve it and I'm going to plant something in it. So these are 3 baskets right here, and I have some Swiss chard, some beets, some onions, and some, what do you call these again? Some nasturtium, zinnias, and other flowers, purslane. And on this side, I have another 3 that is growing ginger and some other herbs. And they're all looking so beautiful. And I got these buckets from a very, very, very dear subscriber. Her name is Miss Sandra. Miss Sandra, if you're watching, I really and truly appreciate you. And I really and truly appreciate what you're doing for me. I'm going to be showing the other gifts that you gave me in another video. So Miss Sandra, thank you very, very, very much. So these are some other containers that you can use, folks, to have a spectacular container garden. And these black pots, I have them for over 6 years. So if you want to invest in containers, I believe that these are very solid and they are very long lasting. So you can go ahead and use some of those in your garden. I am going to be highlighting this right here, because I found it in the trash and it is being used as a part of my garden, right? My container garden, it's my gate. So I found this along with other pieces that was joined to it, and I am using them all over the garden. You're going to be seeing them as I go along. So if you're out and about and you see anything like this, you can pick it up and bring it home so you can use it in your garden. Now this is an entire bed frame. It has the bed head and the bed foot. This can be used as a container garden. So right now I am not utilizing it as a container garden because I have them in different places and there are basically no pots over in there. But if it is a case where you want to use it as a container garden, all you have to do is find an ideal location in your backyard, front yard, side yard, house top, wherever you want to put it, and you just add some boards to the side, like high enough boards, and then you'll add some pieces in the bottom and to the side, and you fill it out with your leaves and whatever junk you have, and then you put your soil and you have yourself a real raised garden bed. Isn't that sweet? With all of these posts that you can use for vertical growing, I think this is awesome. And here is another recycle bin that I'm using, along with some more buckets that I got. And I also have a lot of 5-gallon buckets on the inner part of my garden in there. Now this is a little tub that my husband brought home recently, and not recently, like a few months ago, and I recently transplanted my lavender along with 2 rosemary in there, keeping my fingers crossed and hoping that these plants will survive, because these 3 right here, they are packed with some flavor, and I mean they have so much benefits, medicinal benefits. It's unbelievable. There is 2 more baskets that I have right here, not being used right now, but pretty soon I am going to be using them for a project. I have some Arizona bottles right here, and in the past I have used these to grow food in, like bok choy and cabbages and any other herb and veggies that have a very short root system. You can use your Arizona bottles to grow stuff in them. Underneath here I have a tote, and in my tote I have a lot of seedlings coming up that needs to be transplanted, and these can be obtained very easily at any store, well, not any store, well, most stores of course, but this one also found it by the wayside. You can also transform a pallet into a container garden, and as you can see, I have some juice bottles that I cut and use some nails to hang them on this pallet right here. And I also have a video showing you when I was making this container garden. Back here, shoe bag garden. I just love the look of this, even though there is nothing in it yet, because this is like a project in the making. I haven't gotten the time to come and do a lot of work in the new nursery as yet, because I am super busy. Yes, so if you have a shoe bag, you can use it whole, or you can cut it in half like what I did. I have a piece here and a piece over there, and I just simply add some little containers in there, which I'm going to be filling with soil, and then I'm going to plant stuff in there. You can also use a old chair as a container garden, believe it or not. So if I did not have the container on top of this, what I could do is just to add something on both sides. I think I need to do a better demonstration. All right, this is a better picture. So what you could do, use some chicken wire on this side, on that side, and to the front. And when you put on your chicken wire, you are going to put some cardboard on the inside part to hold in your soil, because you don't want to lose the soil that you're going to be using to grow your stuff. And so here right now, I am just using it to hold this container with my mint. I really and truly hope the rain comes, because it's drying out and I don't know why, and I have been watering these like every single day. Okay, right here I have some containers, and they came out of something that looked like this. They were not my own. I actually bought these at a yard sale from someone, and these are ideal for a container garden. Right now, because it's going to rain, I put these other blueberry buckets in it to keep them from being projectile when the wind is blowing and the rain is falling. So if you see something like these at a yard sale, or if you have them at home, you can go ahead and transform them into a container garden. Now, these are some things that almost every single household, well, globally, internationally, is using, and these are some soap jugs. What you can do is to cut off the tops of your soap jugs, put some holes in the bottom, and you can put them anywhere at all to start your container garden. And if not, you can simply fill them with water and place them somewhere like this, and you have your reservoir with extra water in them. These are some Country Crock butter buckets that I have been using to grow stuff in as well. I was trying to propagate a piece of tomato plant in here and it dried up. Yeah, and these are just some extra containers that I have, and these are some that I got from that subscriber. And if you have any expired baby food in containers like this, you can take off the label, take off the top, bore some holes, and start your container garden. You can also utilize old trash cans, put some holes in the bottom of them, and you all know the 9 yard, the whole works. Add your stuff and start growing, okay? I almost forgot my ace bucket that I found in the trash one day. If you want to start a container garden, this ace bucket with 4 wheels is ideal. Put your holes in it, yada yada yada, and you have something growing in it. Right here I have this old igloo that I have been using to save some other containers in it. But if you want to use your old igloo as a container garden, you know what you can do. Put the holes in it, add your soil, and you have yourself a container garden. Also have a small igloo there. The list goes on and on and on and on. This right here, I believe, was a cover that came over a cake. Even though it is not being used now, I just want you to know that it is something that you can also use. So the next time you buy a cake for a birthday, anniversary, or anything at all, or a gift, you can just take the cover off, put 2 holes in the bottom section or multiple holes, and you can use this by itself as a container garden. And this can be like a mini herb garden. Okay? I almost forgot, folks, to show you this old wheelbarrow that I had used in the past. You can use this as a container garden as well. So I have it tucked in this corner right here, not being used, but one of these days I'm pretty sure that I'm going to take it out, revive it, and start growing something in it. And there is soil in it already. Old wheelbarrow. Okay, family, so I am pretty sure there are multiple other containers and items that we can use for a container garden that I have not mentioned. So why don't you go ahead and comment down below and let me know some of the containers that you have ever used to start a container garden. All right, now if this is your first time here, I am the Glades Garden Girl over here in Zone 10A, Florida. My number one priority on this channel is for us to save as much as we can as we grow as much as we can. I also love to salvage and repurpose things. So if you are enjoying this content, why don't you go ahead, share it with someone so they too can learn how to salvage, repurpose, and start a thriving container garden in any one of these containers I just showed you. All right, thanks again for watching. I will see you soon in another video. Can somebody tell me why I'm still wearing shades when the sun gone down? It's mine. I bought it, so I'm wearing it. Now I'm going to eat my strawberry. Mm.